Hey guys, Coach Allen here. Just got my bike finished, put together, ready to go for Augusta 70.3 this weekend, and I was going to go over a couple of things that I think help me get the most out of the effort that I put in. Some things I've done, some things maybe you could do, and just kind of run through them real quick, tell you why I'm doing them, and if you have any other questions or want more details about anything, just let me know. Feel free to ask, you can email to us. But just wanted to start from the ground up. With the shoes. This idea was from Thomas Garlock, his blog a couple of years ago now, I think, and he'd taken these to the wind tunnel, found out the Giro Empires here were significantly faster than the tri-shoes he was using, like 4 watts at 0 yaw and 12 watts at 10 degrees, I believe, something like that. But so what I've done here is I've cut the tongue out, put the bungee laces in, and I've been using these for over a year now. Just a really great shoe. You got that really, really aerodynamic profile and just none of those buckles or zip Velcro that you got normally on some tri-shoes. For the pedal system, I've gone with the Speed Plays. And the Speed Plays, again, just from different data and different things you've seen, they test a little faster. The Speed Play arrows are significantly faster. I think there's like a 3 to 5 watt gain in some tests, but these aren't the Zero arrows. These are just some older Speed Plays or first generations that I have, but I still think they're a good bit faster than Shimano or Look systems or even the power systems. So moving up through the bike, coming off the pedal, we go to the drivetrain. Right now you see I don't even have the chain on. I've got that out, just waxed it and powdered it and used molten speed wax. Again, it's the fastest thing out there. Put the race powder on it right before you race. Again, that's supposed to increase the efficiency as well. I've got a 1x system set up on this bike. It's a Schramrad E-Tap rear derailleur. I took off the front derailleur and I'm running the X-Sync 54 tooth front ring with an 1128 cassette. That gives me probably not a great hill climbing bike, obviously, but what the 54 does is not really to ride in that 11 ring the whole time. It's basically to stay in the middle cog on the cassette. That keeps me in the most efficient place most of the time, not cross-chaining any, so there's no real loss of friction. It's smooth, keeps all the pedal going to the rubber. Moving up from there, we got the wheel set. I've got a Zip 808 on the front. I like the 808. I'm a bigger guy. I don't really care about the wind too much. It doesn't really. I sit pretty heavy on the front, and I don't get blown around. Got a Continental GP 4000 on there. I have a Continental Grand Prix TT on this rear flow disc with aluminum brake track. I like that. I don't think there's a tremendous amount of difference in the disc wheels as far as how fast you're going to go. And the aluminum brake track for me is nice to have to really be able to lock down if you need to. Also, where I ride, I'm on the beach. It's really flat, so I'm not really worried about weight as much. But the TT tire that I have on here, it actually has lower rolling resistance than that GP 4000 up there by about 3 watts typically, but that has a little bit better aerodynamics. So that's why I've got it on the front, because it offers more flat protection, it's a little more aerodynamic. So I think they kind of run into being about the same speed. I left it on the rear here though because it's a little bit more out of the wind, and I think the lower rolling resistance benefits me more here. I've got latex tubes in both of these. On the race bike, I don't see any reason you shouldn't have them. They're a little more maintenance, a little pain to put in, but once you get them in, you're probably saving 5 watts between the two. That's a lot. So you're looking at 10 watts right now. I'm already saving a conservative estimate between latex tubes, my shoes, and pedals. With the 1x drivetrain taken off that front, on this bike, I've seen it, 4 watts. So that's a pretty significant thing. Now we're up to like 15 watts free that I'm getting. Another thing that I've got on the tire system is wheel system, the skewers. I've got these U-Speed bolt-on skewers. Get those out of the wind. Again, that's another watt or two. They estimated about 33 seconds over a half Ironman. That's free speed. That's free time. Doesn't cost me anything. It's no more effort on my part. It's just getting those quick release skewers out of the wind. For my storage, I've got this little saddlebag tucked in here really nice and tight. It really sits under me where I kind of sit, so it stays out of the wind for the most part. This is my number placard. Leave that zip tied to the bike all the time. I'll put the sticker on when I get up there to Augusta. The bento box, this one is kind of designed for this bike. It's a really good fit. Fits right behind the stem and has the same width. I really only store it. The tool I need to take off my take off my bolt-on skewers, and the tram flip box for the red ETAP. And that gets the wires. This is the only wire sticking out on the bike. So it's right behind here, behind the stem, and goes straight back into there, keeps it out of the wind. For the nutrition hydration system, I've got set up, I've got a double between the aero bars set up that I've kind of rigged myself, and I'm excited about it. It's the first time I'm going to be using it, but I've really tested it out and played with it because I had a lost bottle in my last race, and that really affected me negatively. So I've really put this one through the ringer to make sure it stays together. There's only 2 bolts here, so I've got one going into each cage. They're carbon cages, so they're stiff, but then I have them zip tied together to where they don't swivel. So when I'm tucked in there, that's one nice aerodynamic package. Cervelo on this bike in their white paper says even if you're not going to drink out of the aero bottle between the bars, put it there because it's more aerodynamic. So doing that, I think I'm also saving time versus a little bit of drag I have in one on the rear, a little bit of drag I have in an aero bottle down here. And an aero bottle down here, to me, I don't like the way they drink, and I don't like the fact that they're strewn on race courses when I'm riding them a lot. So I think they pop out a good bit. So that's really kind of all the things I've got going on this bike, and the way that I've tried to optimize it to get everything I could out of it. So I'm just really excited about getting up to Augusta and racing. My wife and I are heading up there. It's our first 70.3 of this year. Her first since 2016, and our son being born, and my first since Gulf Coast last year. So we're both really pumped and put a lot of thought into it. I'm excited to do it on this bike with these changes, upgrades, adjustments that I've made. So look forward to trying to put up a good bike split, and hope there's something y'all can take away from this. And if you have any questions about any of the things I do or why I do them, or what I think you should do, I love this stuff. So hit me up, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Thank you.